whatever it takes to say that your hamstring's fine. It's the game to say.
Let's welcome Indonesia to the pitch for the second half.
Well, welcome back then to this opening game for Indonesia and Zambia at the 2017 FIFA Under-17 World Cup, sorry, the 2025 Under-17 World Cup. Indonesia 3-1 down at half-time, ringing the changes by the looks of it as well. Looks like Dimasadi Prasetyo coming on along with Al-Ghazani Dwi Sugandi. So, changes made, and hoping to change the narrative of the game here, Indonesia. Thought they got off to a rough start with conceding a goal after 20 seconds. That was then disallowed. Indonesia took the lead in that first half after 12 minutes, but then 3 goals in 7 minutes later in the half completely turned the game around. And Zambia, frankly, deserved lead as well. They've shown great ambition in that opening 45, getting numbers forward at pace as well whenever given the opportunity. And we're back underway then for the second half. Perhaps surprisingly as well, Zahabi Goli, the man who scored the opening goal for Indonesia, one of the players sacrificed at half-time. Along with Fabio. A lot of hard work to be done here for Indonesia in this second half. Can Zambia continue to play the way they did in the first period? That'll be the big question. They've kept Indonesia pinned back for most of that first half. They immediately have an attacking situation here. Long throw into the box, flicked on as well. Opportunity nearly knocks there at the far post. Zambia still in possession. The ball knocked in across goal again and headed over the bar, and it had to be as well. Nyerongo lurking at the back post to latch onto that ball, stood up there. Baker had to make the play. So corner for Zambia, plenty of copper tops to aim at in the area. Fury will try to play a corner in short there, but that's rather backfired, and that was a really important standing up challenge coming in from Levison Banda. When he stood up there, I think there might have been a clash of heads there as the two players both went for the ball. Certainly not a foul, just a clash there on halfway. Hopefully nothing too serious for either player. Banda came across, he was pretty much the last defender. Knew he had to make the challenge here. Makes the challenge as well. Hopefully it doesn't look like there's been any head on head. It's more of a sort of a chest on chest with maybe an arm or two in there for good measure. Say no foul by either player. Some of the Zambian substitutes already warming up. Nelson Chilemu, Nkatami, Shwemwe. Well, the crowd have come a long way from Indonesia for this one. They're determined to enjoy their day out, or indeed their week out. And the possibility of more substitutes incoming for Indonesia as well, having made two at half-time. And plenty of support being drummed up then for the Garuda Muda. Still plenty of time left in this match. So just checking here, the Banda hasn't been concussed in any way. So the one replay we did get wasn't from the best angle. It didn't look like there was any head-to-head. Impact, maybe. It could have been that when he fell down, he might have hit his head on the back of his head on the turf as he went over. Which should be just as dangerous. The game has been just put on pause for a little while now. Izar, the other man in that collision. Will be invited back on when the game resumes. The question is, will Banda be out there as well or not? They were certainly brave. He had to make the tackle. There wasn't going to be any pulling out. Not with the national shirt on you. Maybe there was a clash of heads there, certainly. Looks like Levison Banda isn't coming back on. Just saw the signal from the medical staff there suggesting substitution required. Zambia still with all 6 of their substitutions available to them. As a reminder, you get 6 substitutes. You can use 3 substitute windows, not including half-time. In fact, there's going to be 2 changes here. We did see a pair of players warming up. So then, change being made. So Bongani Unlove coming off. Nelson Chilemu coming on in his place. That's like for like in midfield. So fresh legs in there for the Copper Bullets. And it looks like Banda back on the pitch again then. Good to continue, we hope. And again, a sloppy ball in midfield allows Zambia again to play on the counter-attack. Crossfield ball, not quite enough on it this time. Intercepted by Alberto. First touch there for Chilemu. The layoff not quite going according to plan for Mwale. And now a bit of space opens up for Indonesia over on that far side. White shirts flooding forwards as well. Ball goes inside to Nazriel. Lays that off. A little bit of trickery from Addy, the substitute who came on at half-time. The ball put out of play by Zambia with Mwale down on half-way. Dennis McKinker must be ever so happy with the way things are going so far. He'll be hoping this isn't an injury though. Doesn't want to use up another substitution window just yet, I don't think. All substitutions warming up. The second half hasn't quite got going the way the first half did just as yet. We've spent more time with the ball out of play than in so far in the first 8.5 minutes. While he goes over, looks like he's feeling something on the back of the top of the calf, maybe back of the knee. Zambia giving the ball back again. Thumped long, bypassing midfield. The ball allowed to bounce by the defence, and that's been dangerous. And is that a decision to be made by the referee? And Alberto with the challenge. Seems to have been pushed into a deeper position in this second half, the number 10. He's playing as part of the front three. In the first half, looks like he's moved to left back from right wing. Well defended there. Zambia come away with the ball, but there's a foul there from Alberto. Just the chance a few moments ago. The ball just about away from the player before any challenge came in anyway. Andy appears to be moving okay. All but the ball's been given away over on that far side. Great play from Indonesia and an even better save from Chitembala, coming quickly off his line to deny Mirza. Mirza winning the ball off of Sabine. And there was a pass inside as well. Lucas had made the run. Was unmarked on the edge of the area. Reasons to be cheerful then for Indonesia early in this second half. Corner to come, 5 white shirts to aim at. Swung in too close to the goalkeeper. Chitembala thinks about going early. He's nearly taken out the drone with that kick. The bouncer's getting a little bit big there for Mwale as he chased that one down, and he's feeling the back of the leg again, and I think his game might be over here. Konde Mwale. Indonesia trying to up the pace in the final third now. They have no choice really. So it's a game against the lowest seed in the group. They can't really afford to lose this one. Not with Brazil lurking in this group. Indonesia are actually up against Brazil next as well. Lose this and they could well be without a point after their opening 2 games and almost out of the competition ahead of their third match against Honduras in 6 days' time. Now, do Zambia try and slow the game down here, or they just try and play it the same way they did the first half? They just rushed Indonesia off their feet, didn't give them any chance really to settle. And good ball out from defence, a little nibble though at the back of Chapelu. Incurs the wrath of the referee. Certainly wouldn't want to mess with someone called Adonis. Well, that's a real pity there for Lukonde Moale. Looks like his game is over. Hopefully nothing too serious. It'll keep him out of subsequent matches. So that game against Honduras now in 3 days' time for Zambia. If they can keep this result pretty much as it is. A positive result against Honduras in their second game could well be enough to punch their ticket for the knockout stages in this, of course, don't forget, their debut at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, and they're coming forwards again now. Chapelu gets the ball wide, but rather slices that one out to play for a goal kick under pressure from Alberto. So, second substitution made as Robert Banda comes on. Plays for Atletico Lusaka. Very much a forward-looking player, so I think that will probably be like for like with Moale. Indonesia are under pressure again, but now looking to launch a counter-attack. They need more support coming forwards. Addy, the substitute, just held up there in midfield. And the attack slows down. Baker now spreads the ball to the left. You've got Alberto outside him. The ball goes back to Baker. Alberto plays a nice 1-2, steps into a more central position. Banda, though, with the intercept, gets the ball to Banda. Sumute. Again, Chapelu providing the width on the right-hand side. The pass just in behind Sumute. Baker with a lovely chipped ball over the top, looking for the run of Addy. Addy now, cross-field ball. Oh, and a slice clearance, and now Indonesia in behind. The keeper's gone way off his line. Quickly on retreat. Oh, and is that a penalty? Yes, it is. Andrew Mwape lunged in. And Indonesia have a lifeline here. Well, I don't think they're going to... Surely they're not going to use up a review on this one. It was a sliced clearance, in fact, from Mwape in the first place. And then trying to make up for his own error, stuck a leg out. Have another look here. I mean, there's definitely contact. Now, you could argue that Evandro was sticking his leg out for the contact, but I don't think that's going to wash here, and it's Evandro himself who's stepping up to take the penalty. The referee has been over to check the monitor. Rather is going over to check the monitor, so he has been asked to have a look at this one. So the lifeline that Zambia will be, I think, clinging on to here is the possibility that the Indonesian player has stuck his leg out into the contact, which, if spotted by the video referee, should negate a penalty. Let's have a look. Again, this is it in almost in real time. I mean, that left leg isn't in the most natural of positions, but is there contact, in fact? From that angle it looks like contact, but from the other angle it looked like the leg was actually over the top, possibly. Well, the referee and the fourth official having a close look at this one. Looks like he's already going over when the contact comes in as well. So now we get the explanation from the referee. I think the referee suggesting that Evandro was diving into the contact, and that penalty, I think, is about to be overturned, if I'm reading that body language correctly. And in fact, yellow card for simulation for Evandro. Oh, just when Indonesia thought they had a lifeline back into the game, they've had it swept away from them. And Evandro given a yellow card for diving in the box. The ball hit long towards Nyerongo. The header didn't quite go where it was planned, but oh, and then a miscontrol as well. Just a couple of little mistakes creeping into Zambia's game here, and 20 minutes into the second half. Could have quite a lot of time added on at the end of this second period as well. Now just another Indonesian substitution. To Ilham. Coming on in fact, and looks like quite a nasty injury there for Lucas. And Nazriel, who's been very quiet, also coming off. So Razyi has come on. And Ilham as well, the number 15. Indonesia trying to keep Zambia under pressure. Roberto feeds the ball into Evandro, goes down again, gets again not much response from the referee. He's got to be careful now, of course, as well. He is the only player on the pitch on a yellow card. Long diagonal ball, eventually picked up by Banda. Zambia still coming forwards. The left back again involved and couldn't quite get the ball out. Chapelu on this near side. Well, Zambia again, long raking ball there for Chapelu, couldn't quite latch onto it. But again, stretching the play whenever they can, the Copper Bullets. There's probably about half an hour of football left now before the end of the game. Rather surprising, Indonesia rather taking quite so long. Get the ball back in play, considering they are chasing the game at the moment. Signs that they're starting to get a little bit more control in midfield midway through the second half, but Zambia is still so dangerous on the counter-attack. Direct and quick. Oh, and Banda was caught in possession, having had a bit of a slip there. So that was the slip. Tried to recover the pass out, then wasn't the best either. Mwape just tangling with Rasik. And indeed picking up a yellow card. So a free kick in a dangerous position here for Indonesia. 3 men in the wall for Zambia. Vandra to take this, 6 white shirts to aim at. All in line with the penalty spot, ball comes in, the keeper got maybe a touch on it, the header maybe slightly put off by that touch from the keeper. Vandra then dances past a couple of challenges but is well tackled on the edge of the area. This is a hand on the shoulder from Chapelu. Coughs up another free kick for Indonesia in a similar position. Not sure the keeper got anything on that actually. Notice 2 men in the ball this time. Vandra again to take it. Again, good ball this time into the back post. Headed away with the Indonesian captain looking like he was about to bury a header there at the back post. Navrianto doing his best to look cool, calm and collected on the sidelines. Can't be easy though. Baker applies the ball for his Alberto, popping up on this left-hand side. Rafi chips the ball into the area, but just a little bit too much on it. Just a little bit early with the run there, Mieza, the number 9, but slightly ahead of the ball. thumped long. Backward header cleared by Dafa. Wape penalised again for the challenge. A little nudge into the back of Vivandra. Referee insisting the free kick being taken from the correct spot there. So 18 minutes plus a fair chunk of stoppages, I suggest. Can Indonesia get back into the game? We're certainly seeing more of the ball in this second half. Zambia not quite playing with the same intensity that they managed in the first half, which pretty much rushed Indonesia off their feet in that opening 45 minutes. A lot of adrenaline must have gone into that. This time Vivandra with the foul. And Felix Firi. Firi just trying to turn away from the challenge. The man with the loud hailer still doing his job with the Indonesian fans, leading the chants and singing. And Zambia still enjoying a 3-1 lead here. And now things opening up again. Has that ball been kept in play by Baker? No, it hasn't. So the deflection off Alberto goes out for a Zambia corner with 15 minutes to go here. I'm sure they'd love another goal just for that extra layer of insurance. So in swinging corner, lots of copper shirts away. Matt again goes to the back post and just a little bit too much on it as Sabine arrived there. Got away from his marker as well, the number 11. Lovely nutmeg on the halfway line. The pass afterwards not the best, and then Banda under too much pressure, didn't really have the gap, or rather the passing lane that he needed there. So 15 minutes to go. Indonesia 1, Zambia 3. Indonesia taking the early lead, but 3 goals in 7 minutes near the end of the first half for Zambia, in which they really showed a great ambition and aggression as well to score 3 goals. Just sitting a little bit deeper now. And Nyerongo then closes his man down. The ball goes long, headed away by Mwape. Laid off by Banda. And the press coming higher and higher from Indonesia. I think was that maybe a handball from Nyerongo. Just a little nudge on the defender. Slightly loose touch from Nyeza, who's struggled to get into the game, the Indonesian number 9. And that's an attempted through ball Well cut out at full stretch by the defender. Headed out of play by Al Ghazani. So Nyerongo is about to get a rest. Billy Daka coming on in his place. The quasi striker. So Nyerongo is replaced. Looked like there was a second substitution happening at the same time. Kelvin Chapelu as well. So really two of the standout players for the Copper Bullets coming off. Fresh legs coming on in their place. So another reshuffle then for Zambia, and a burst of pace here down the right hand side. Alberto doing his best to do the defensive job there. Bit of a tangle between the two of them. Zambia, even with a 3-1 lead, still pressing high when they can. Ooh, clumsy. Mwape. Potentially clumsy. Evandra again going down. Actually, he pulled out of the challenge before the contact. Mwape again taking the ball off the toes of Evandra. Oh, lovely weaving run. Oh, fantastic shot as well, just over the bar from Chilemu. Danced through a couple of challenges here, just outside the area, let fly, and that was really not far over the crossbar and still rising. He struck it so well. The referee just getting in the way there inadvertently. Indonesia trying to build something here now. Evandra running at the defences on the edge of the area. Oh, great opportunity here, and what was the touch there from Mieza? Was there a defender getting a foot in as he tried to take the shot? Looked odds on to score. Lovely sweeping move, onside as well. And it's Banda getting across at the final moment just as Mieza was about to shoot. Maybe should have taken that shot first time rather than taking the touch. Not giving the defender a chance to get across. But that's as close as Indonesia have got, really, to getting back into this match. We're into the last 10 minutes now, but there will be, as I say, a decent amount of stoppages as well. The ball played across goal, not the best of defensive clearances, but we'll call that a pass, and Indonesia now can maybe try and turn defence into attack. But then the strong tackle comes in midfield. Good play as well from Daka. The ball lofted in high, but slightly out of control. And in fact, I think it's taken a deflection on its way as well. And that will be another Zambia corner. And Mwape goes over to take the corner. This will be swung in right-footed. So maybe an overload in the 6-yard box here Let's see what he chooses to do. Again, at least six-shirt swimmer goes long to the back post. Oh dear, well, a bit of a mix-up there. One Zambian kept the ball in play, and the other inadvertently deflected it back out for a goal kick. And taken short, and immediately under pressure at the back here, Indonesia. Alberto with Banda all over him. A little bit too much all over Alberto there. So another change in coming in at Mirza, who's really struggled up top, being replaced. Ahmad Zaki coming on in his place. Ostensibly a wing player, but I'm sure he could fill in up top. And Evandra again trying to stretch this Zambian defence. Whipped in, and it's not far off. Looking for the top corner there. Good effort from Dimas. Just try to sweep that, sort of, hit a real dipper into that top corner, try and keep it out of the reach of the goalkeeper. And honestly, a bit more power on that, and he might well have managed to get the goal back. Mwape goes past one, half checks, wins a throw-in off of Alberto. Quickly taken. Zambian fans just watching that clock tick down now. Remember, this is Zambia's first ever game at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Foul goes against Robert Banda. Can Indonesia find a way back into the game? There's no real sign of let-up at the moment from Zambia. They may not be attacking with the effervescence that they showed in the first half. And now, the 1-2. Evandra in behind, has the shot. A slightly weak straight at Chitambala. Immediately the ball played out long. Nicely taken down as well by Daka. Zambia happy to pass it around between themselves for the moment. In comes the challenge. Desperately trying to win the ball a bit higher up the pitch here, Indonesia. Zambia, though, for the last minute or so, keeping possession beautifully. Now probing down that left-hand side. The sudden injection of pace there with the run from Kalamina, who's been so impressive as the left-back, the captain. Roving both down the line and cutting inside as well to overload in central areas, and doing so effectively too. Had the assist for their second goal as well. Nabil Nirongo's at second to put Zambia into the lead. And again, look, line of four players up top there, looking for that to latch on to the goal kick. Again, can they show the maturity here, Zambia, to slow the game down when they need to as well? Can Indonesia find a way of breaking up this sequence of passing. Not really getting close enough to the ball at the moment. Remember, Zambia have a 2-goal lead here. They don't need to start throwing men forward. They certainly don't need to give the ball away in their own half. Now, 5 white shirts up there. Missed, though, by Evandra. Bit of a collision between 2 players. I think they'll just be suitably ignored by the referee. Alberto feeds it down the line. Nearly picked up by Dimas. Good hold-up play at the top. And the shot from distance this time goes a ways long. And the through ball just sort of threaded between the 2 Indonesian players up on the pushing the line. And all of a sudden Zambia again flooding forward areas with copper shirts. And poor ball out, and Evandra now brings the ball over halfway, has to hold up for a while, wait for the support to arrive. The support though eventually does arrive. Oh, and lovely footwork on the edge of the area, and there's the shot, and it's off the stanchion, I think it is, holding the post and the crossbar together. Rasping shot from Rafi. Just caught the outside corner, didn't it? Certainly had the keeper worried, who probably had that one covered. Otherwise, well, wishing the coach a happy birthday. Not quite sure how happy that would be at the moment. And 6 minutes added on at the end of this one. Lovely footwork there in the build-up. Again, the ball whipped in. Alberto deals with it. Could have left that for the keeper, actually, having chested it down, but he wasn't to know there was so much space in behind it. Over Arianto. 47 today, by the way. There's 5 minutes left for Indonesia to try and find a way back into the game. And the first half hasn't lived up to the... Sorry, the second half hasn't lived up to the first half. Bit of a collision between Indonesian defenders there as they scramble to get back. Ball then laid in behind. Still in possession here on the edge of the area. The challenges come in eventually to dispossess Simute. Lovely footwork there. Just grappled his way past Izar. Zambia, well, quite happy, I'm sure, To be taking more time off the clock with these set pieces. Still throwing an impressive number of bodies into the box for them as well. This one again goes to the back post, headed back across goal. Oh, and the clearance is deflected. Then a double clearance on the edge of the 6-yard box. Well, that was nearly curtains for Indonesia. If indeed they have time to get back into the game now. Well, 4 minutes of added time. Indonesia on the counter-attack down the right-hand side. Evandra again going forwards. Has he won a free kick over from the far side from Banda this time? I think he has. Oh, slight touch there as the ball taken away. Banda trying to withdraw his leg, not quite managing to do so. No, the cheerleader in the crowd still doing his best to rouse the crowd, rouse the team as well. 3 minutes to go. 2 goals needed for Indonesia here. Can they get one back? Ahmad to take this free kick. 3-man wall to hope, for as far as Zambia are concerned, hoping to prevent this one sneaking in at the near post. You've got, 6 white shirts in and around the 6-yard box. The ball is deflected up. Been headed away, not gone out to play yet though. And eventually just smashed long, as far away from any Indonesian players as they can find. There from Kalamina, who's been, the captain's had a superb game. Alberto has to cut back inside to Baker. But Indonesia don't need this sideways, backwards. They need the ball up in the box as soon as possible. 2 minutes to go, 2 goals to get. Alberto lays the ball off. At the moment, Zambia flooding defensive areas with bodies, trying to cut down the passing lanes. There's a clash between 2 players there. It looks like a yellow card has gone to Matthew Baker, Australian-based centre-back. You can see him asking what for. I'm sure the replay will tell all. Here we go. He's played the ball cleanly there and well before the player, but he has arrived slightly off his feet. I think that's where the referee's coming from. So while Fury gets a bit of medical treatment, players have taken the time to rehydrate. And despite leading by 3 goals to 1 in what should be the final minute of injury time, Dennis McKinker still looking slightly tense on the sideline. And the hordes of travelling fans who've come up from Indonesia here, trying to see the bright side of life here. And there the Zambian fans with the flag. I assume this is it's going to be played out to this near side, and the referee decides enough is enough. And it's an historic day for the junior Chipolo Polo as the young Purple Bullets make their debut here today in the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, and they've won by 3 goals to 1 against Indonesia. The bottom seeds in Group H, starting with a win on their debut. That despite going behind to a Sahabi goalie. Opening goal in the 12th minute, but then 3 goals in 7 minutes late on in that first half. Completely changed the game around. The number 9 Abel Nyerongo with a brace in 2 minutes. second of which was an absolute beauty from outside the area. And then Lukonde Mwale adding a third as well in the 42nd minute. The deserved lead at half-time for Zambia. They then held on to that in the second half, largely kept Indonesia at arm's length. And it's finished here in the first match for these two teams in Group H. Indonesia 1, Zambia 3. So in the end, Indonesia closing the gap in the stats in the second half. The Zambia simply defending their lead. But really, Zambia, good value for that win. Never really troubled. There was a possibility of a penalty for a Moape challenge on Evandra midway through that second half, but that was eventually overturned and a yellow card shown to Evandra for diving into the challenge. There was contact made with the defender, but he was already at about 45 degrees and going down fast when that contact was made. So the original penalty decision overturned. And a yellow card shown to the Indonesian player. But one of the real stories of this match, though, has been the magnificent crowd that Indonesia brought with them. Say, direct flight between here and Jakarta. And there is the group standings then after match day one. Brazil top of the group after a 7-0 thumping of Honduras earlier this afternoon. And then Zambia on their debut, the bottom seeds in this group. Very good value, 3-1 winners against Indonesia to go second. Got to say the travelling support here absolutely magnificent for Indonesia. It's I think it's what, an 8 or 9 hour flight direct to Jakarta from Doha. And so So,